is up, my fish people? This is the Fick and Fish guy here with another update on my stock JBJ 28-gallon Nano Tank LED version. This is not the Wi-Fi or the professional version. This is the pre-version to those two. It's not the compact fluorescent. It is the LED. Again, the predecessor of the Wi-Fi version of the professional, whatever you want to call it. But this is stock, completely stock right now. I set this up last night. I was gonna take some video while I was doing it, but it was going, so much was going on. I figured, you know what, you guys are just gonna like to see it like this, all set up. I'm pretty pleased with my aquascaping skills here. This is almost clear from last night, which is great. It's still a little bit of cloudiness still there, but again, I just set this up last night. Salinity is great. I just checked that. Salinity is almost perfect. Temperature is a little high. It's at 80 right now. I may dial down the thermometer a little bit. I know 80 is kind of on the higher side, but stuff I've been reading says 80 is really not that bad. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. For now. Again, this is completely stock. We got 20 pounds of the Carib Sea Life Rock, and then just probably 20, maybe 15 pounds of just the just regular bulk, just dry rock in there. So I kind of like the way that they came out here with the cave in the middle, the little cave. I made a little cave in the middle. I like that kind of the peak and then the cave in the middle. I figured down here I could put a lot of, if I do corals eventually, I could throw a lot of corals on the lowers here and then on the uppers for the lighting and everything like that. So live sand on the bottom. I think it was Carib Sea live sand too on the bottom. But yeah, this is just from last night. So obviously I'm in the cycle from last night. I have stock pumps. They are the stock pumps that came with it. I did buy these water deflectors on here. I don't know if they're going to be that great. We're going to see. I don't know if I'm going to stick with them. I do have the wave maker that actually came with this tank hooked up. So they're alternating. There is actually one on each side. So I don't know if that's going to give it enough flow, that as much flow as I need or as much flow as I'm looking for. So I may end up having to take one of those out. I did end up actually buying another pump. So I did buy the this one. Actually, I can show you guys right now because come over to this area here. I did pick this pump up. It's just the Nano, the Hydor Corlea Nano, the circulator. It's just a Nano pump. 425. I think those stock ones are putting out like 256 gallons per hour, so this one obviously is almost double. So I figure I can throw this in the front and kind of offset both of those other pumps in there. So that I might put on. I might not put it on right away, but eventually I'll probably add that. There is an in-tank media basket in the middle with I'm running this Purgeon, and I'm running the ChemPure Elite, and then just some filter floss right over there on the top. And then I did dose it yesterday with the all-in-one Dr. Tim's Aquatics just to see if this would actually work. I've heard good and bad about this. Well, mostly good. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to get to that point where I'm throwing fish in today. But I guess, I dumped the whole thing in there, shook it really good, dumped the whole thing, and then I've been just feeding it with the ammonium chloride. So you got to feed the bacteria. So that's what I've been doing with that. And again, this is just set up from last night, so hopefully you guys, again, this is complete stock. As you can see, I got just the, it's already dirty. It's already looking pretty dirty back there, pulling all the crap off the rock and everything. So I have to change that pretty soon, but that's good. That means it's actually working, so that's actually really good. Heater there. I did take out those pads, those rubber foam pads in here. I heard that they're like factories for nitrates and kind of all the stuff you don't want in there. They kind of just, all the nitrous and everything kind of just, you got to wash them out a lot. But I chucked them. I just said I'm just going to take them out. So I do have an empty chamber in the back up here. Refugium maybe. I don't know. This chamber right there is empty. So we'll see. Maybe I'll throw some rubble rock in there down the line. But again, this is complete stock as it sits right now. So as you guys can see, looks pretty good. I'm actually pretty impressed with the way I aquascaped it. I didn't think it was going to look this good, but I'm pretty psyched about it. As you can see, I got some nooks and crannies over in here where the fish can hang out and feel like they're kind of in the reef a little bit. There's some spots in there where there's some caves and stuff like that in there. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty psyched about the way it came out. Again, this is day 1. So obviously the cycle began last night, so we're just gonna keep the lights off and kind of just run with this and hope for the best and see what we're going on. But again, I'm gonna do more updates on the tank as the cycle continues. Start taking readings. Again, if you guys have any comments or questions, concerns, any tips for tricks for me with this, let me know. Again, I was a freshwater guy for a long time. I had an old BioCube back in the day. And then Lego kind of took over my life, so we're kind of getting back into this. This is up in my man room, up in my upper floor of my house, so it's a great spot. And again, it's got both sides. I can actually see from both sides. I've never really had a tank where you can actually see from all 3 sides of the tank, which is kind of cool for me. So I can actually see what's going on, see what the fish are doing. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so that's it. Again, this is a stock JBJ 28-gallon LED intermediate tank. Not the professional, not the Wi-Fi. Everything in here is stock right now. Obviously, besides the water circulators that I added onto the outtakes of the pumps there on the front. But everything else is stock. So we're going to see what happens and see how this adventure continues. Like, comment, subscribe. And remember, life is better with fish water. Tanks? Fish water? No, not fish water. Life is better with... I have on my outro for my other channel, it's Life is Better with Lego. So I'm going to say life is better with aquariums. There we go. Life is better with aquariums. Have a great night, guys.